to my channel. Thank you for always watching and coming back for more videos. You can go to our Facebook page, Yeti House of Fashion, and Instagram, Yeti Fashion YE80 for more updates. Online tutorials will be coming up very soon. You can join us from anywhere in the world. So to end this clothes, we have, this is the part 3 of this dress. We have part 1 and 2. So go to other videos to watch part 1 and 2. So this is how to basically cut a full flare. We have, that's like the circumference flare. We have the half flare, and we have other ways of cutting your flare. But majorly we have full flare and half flare. This one is always fluffier than the half flare. And you can also use a pattern to draft it, a paper. So this is what I'm doing, freehand cutting. You can draft the paper for it. You can use the slash and spread. I will try and do a slash and spread for one thing very soon, those that don't understand how to do a slash and spread. So for this now, what you need is just the folding that is very important. You fold your fabric into 4. You fold it in a way that you're not going to have any cuts along the folded area. See that I don't have any cuts. So you fold the fabric into 4, and it takes fabric a lot. So you need to get a fabric that is by 60. If you have a fabric that is by 45, you may have to cut a little part to the other part. So this fabric is by 60 inches. So fold into 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The part you want to add the flare to is what determines what you cut here. Now this flare, let's say you want to put your flare here, you're going to measure this part. Let's say you want to do a peplum blouse, you're going to measure obviously the half length wherever you're going to add the flare. Now this one is something around after the hips. So for a gown, so you're going to use the hip to determine it. So for a penciling shape, you might now reduce your hip line. So our hip line normally is 42. Now we're now using 40 for this flare, because when we're cutting, you notice that we reduce the hips at the down part. So this is the ending part of it. So like I said, we're using 40. Now 40 into 4 is 10. You must get your 10 here. Now for getting 10, we used 6 by 6. So measure 6 to the middle, I measured 6 to the side, and then I chopped it together, and everything made 10 inches. Now you can see that there's a line earlier. I first used 5 by 5. It didn't end up to 10. Can you see? Ended up to 8.5, and it's not going to be enough. So, and measure on that line. Be careful when you're measuring it. See 60 by 10. You can see go to 10 sharp. So when you get that one in the middle, the next thing is to get your length. Now the length of our flare is 21 plus extra inch, that's 22 plus 1 extra inch. So chalk it all the way. You have to, so that you can get your roundness. Keep getting your 22 all the way. You can see I'm linking it to my flare. So link it like that, 22 to 22, link it, and then this one just goes to the end like that. And that's all you gotta do, and then you just cut out. I added 1 extra inch to the length. How did you get this part? Our gown length was 52 and the upper part was 31. So 52 minus 31 makes 21, and we added 1 extra inch to make 22, and we also cut it here. And that's it. So you can see, like I said, it's a circumference, it's a circle. You can see this ended up to being a circle. It's as good as you spreading out a full cloth, getting the middle and cutting 22 round of it. But instead of going round, we now fold into 4. So this is where we'll be joining to the hip line, and you have your full flare. So like I explained with the circle, it's as good as, you can see, it's the circumference. It's as good as getting a circle in the middle and getting your 22. So that, instead of that, that's why we fold into 4 and then we cut like that. So we have our full flare. So very importantly, if you want to turn a flare into an handkerchief flare, let me just briefly explain how you do that. If you don't understand what an handkerchief flare means, browse about it and you know what it means. Now if you want your handkerchief flare at just two angles, at one end, whatever you want to do, maybe you want to reduce like 4 inches, reduce that 4 inches and join it to that side. If you want your handkerchief flare at 4 angles, you have to work from the middle of these 4 angles, turn into another 2, so that's making 8 now, and maybe reduce your 4 inches and get it to the end. So when you cut this one out, your clothes will come in like this and come back out. So this edge will be longer, these 2 edges will be longer, these 2 edges will be longer. That's if you want 4 angles. You cut to the middle, you cut back out. Let me just try and draw it. Cut to the middle line, then you cut back out. By the time you remove this, you have these 2 angles sharper. If you want it at one side, reduce whatever you want to reduce, or you add more to this side. And so if you now remove this part like this and you slant it, by the time you open out in full, you have 2 angles. So that's just how to get a handkerchief flare. If you really don't understand, you can drop it. So maybe some other days you want to cut a handkerchief flare, I'll describe to you. So this is just basically how you get your full flare. This is going to be the down part of the dress in part 1 and 2. So this is coming here. So what did you do to get it? Your full length minus where you cut the blouse to be, and then we're going to have it to the end. We'll put the picture of the made dress on our social pages. So go and follow us on Facebook, Yeti House of Fashion, and on Instagram, Yeti_fashion. Like our page, subscribe to our channel.